dropping shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent. Niggas is broke.
What is good, y'all? So I made a video last year called 5 bold predictions for 2017, and it was kind of unfair since the season already started. And this year, I want to start before the season where no one really knows what the hell is gonna happen until it happens, making these predictions more fun. Now again, most of these predictions are going to be based off my gut feeling and what I think, and yes, you are gonna hear some outlandish predictions that might sound stupid 5 to 6 months down the road, but that's why I really want to make this video, so I can look back 5 to 6 months down the road and see what kind of stupid shit I said. Now I will try my best to stray away from awards and standings because I want to make separate videos for those topics, but y'all see the title, y'all are here, and here are 10 bold predictions for 2018 / the last 2 months of 2017. Number 10, Blake Griffin for MVP? So I've been hearing a lot of names thrown out for the MVP discussion. Giannis, Kawhi, KD, LeBron, Russ, you know, the usual names. A couple of John Walls here and there, but what I haven't heard that much is Blake Griffin. Now I know, Blake Griffin? Are you crazy? Let me explain. So you see, Blake Griffin has always had some pretty nice stats. Around 22 points per game, 9 to 10 rebounds, 4 assists on pretty good shooting from the field. But they've always attributed those stats to Chris Paul. But now that CP3 is gone, the Clippers have low expectations. Most people have them at around the 6 to 8 mark. And based on what I've observed about the MVP voting, besides stats, the biggest factor really is the storyline and the hype train. Imagine this storyline. The franchise player of a team leaves a star teammate to join the rival, while the next season, the star teammate that was left behind puts up ridiculous stats and carries them to the 4 to 6 seed in the West. Does that sound familiar, folks? Number 9. Bucks are the 3rd best team in the East. The Bucks are poised to make that leap this year. So last year, the Bucks won 42 games in the East and were the 6th seed without Middleton, and Jabari missed around 30 games. And while seeding wise this year, they probably will be around the 4 to 5 mark, I think in terms of matchups and when it comes to the playoffs, they will be the 3rd best team in the East. And really, if everyone takes that leap, in my opinion, they could low-key beat the Celtics in a 7-game series, so they may be the 2nd. Giannis looks like he's gonna have an MVP caliber season this year. Thought Maker as well has shown promise, and I think he will have a statistical jump this year. Another year of the Rookie of the Year, Malcolm Brogdon. Chris Middleton is coming back, and while Jabari probably won't be back until January or February, a 70 to 75% Jabari is still gonna put in that work. Added to the fact that they have Jason Kidd as their coach, in my opinion, a Coach of the Year candidate as well, the Bucks are looking extremely scary. Number 8, the Celtics will start off bad. While everyone, including myself, is hyped for the 2018 Celtics after signing Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving, I think people will be underwhelmed the first month of the season. Look, the Celtics only have 4 returning players from last year coming into this season. If you look at it on paper, this team is a completely different team. Really, the only thing you can compare to last year is their play style, and that might even be different this year too. Nothing else. And I just think with all these moving pieces and the chemistry issues they'll have on the court to start off the season, I think the record early on will really disappoint people. Number 7. The Pelicans will start bad. Really, this is more of a wish than a prediction, but I firmly do believe that there is a chance that, like the Celtics, the Pelicans will start off bad. Look, all they added this offseason was essentially Rondo and Ian Clark. And I'm sorry, but while everyone else was getting better substantially, the Pelicans stayed the same, relatively speaking, after they didn't even make the playoffs the season before. They added Rondo, who always has the potential of ruining locker rooms, added to the fact that Solomon Hill, their only good forward, is out for a while due to hamstring surgery, and the fact that they traded Quincy Pondexter, their 2nd most viable forward, and are planning to start Rondo and Drew Holiday together. I mean, basically, it's still give Boogie and AD the ball and get the hell out the way. And I don't think that will produce that many wins to start off the season. Number 6, Anthony Davis will get traded. And y'all know that last entry was leading to this entry. Y'all know. And I'm predicting boldly that Anthony Davis of the New Orleans Pelicans will in fact be traded. Look, we've seen it with Butler and Paul George. If you know that there is no way you are building a championship team around that star in the near future, or at least before his contract is over, you trade that guy now when his value is at his highest, and you get what you get. And like I said, what is the next path for the Pelicans really? Boogie looks like he's gonna leave if they start off slow or have a bad season. They don't have that much cap space, if at all. They've already suffered 2 big injuries in the offseason in Solomon Hill and Frank Jackson. They're trying to start Rondo and Drew Holiday together at the same time. The West just got stronger. They have no future draft picks in the near future. No one wants to come to New Orleans in free agency. They don't really have anyone to trade besides AD and DeMarcus. I mean, if they don't start off the season well, the question is, why wouldn't they trade AD or DeMarcus? Number 5, the East is not as bad as people think. Okay, yes, I know the East just lost Paul George, Jimmy Butler, and Paul Millsap, but let's look at the teams they left. The Bulls, the Pacers, and the Hawks. Teams that, let's be honest here, aren't really gonna affect the overall outcome of the East that much. Put those stars back on those teams. They're still gonna be at the bottom of the bracket in the playoffs, and they'd still be eliminated in 4 to 5 games by the top seeds this year. I just think this year, the Cavs will still be the Cavs. The Celtics improved, adding 2 All-Stars to their team. The Raptors are still a very good team. The Wizards won't have as bad as a start as they did last year. The Bucks, I just said, will make that leap. The Heat as well will be more consistent. The 76ers are coming. So no, there aren't as many title contenders as the Western Conference, not at all. They're still the weaker conference. But I think because of this offseason, people have had this idea glued into their minds that outside of Boston and Cleveland, the freaking Magic can be a top 5 seed in the East, which I think is completely false. Number 4, Damian Lillard will be in trade rumors. Like I said with AD, if you know you can't win with someone, why keep him until his contract expires? And while every team in the West got better, the Trailblazers' success this year really relies on one Yusuf Nurkic. Damian Lillard is 27, under contract until he's 31. And I'm sorry, but I don't see a pathway for the Trailblazers where they get so much better in the next 4 years that they will be title contenders. But again, I don't think Dame will be traded this season. I just think rumors will float around that he is available. That's all I'm saying. Number 3, Ben Simmons will be an All-Star. Yes, I predict that Ben Simmons will be an All-Star his rookie year. Now, if y'all look at my rookie predictions, I predicted that Ben Simmons would average 16 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1.5 steals, but not the rookie of the year. Again, I still have Lonzo winning the rookie of the year, but that doesn't matter when they're trying to pick all-stars for each conference when Lonzo's in the West while Ben Simmons is in the East. I don't know about you, but the numbers I just said, those look like all-star numbers to me. And I don't know why, but I have a feeling that he's actually going to average more to around 18 to 19 points per game. Again, that's just my gut. And while I did say the teams in the East did not get that much worse, if at all, don't get me wrong. The amount of star talent in the East did get worse. Number 2, Carmelo will not get traded. I'm sorry, but if a Carmelo trade was gonna happen, it would have already happened by now. And besides Houston, I don't think anyone really wants Melo anymore, except for maybe the Cavs. But now, apparently, it's Melo who doesn't want to go to Cleveland. I'm just tired of Melo complaining about how he wants to be traded and he's tired of the organization. But now that they're trying to trade him, he only wants to go to one team. When you know damn well the Knicks can get a better offer than Ryan Anderson straight up. So no, I just don't think Carmelo will be traded because 1, he's too picky. And 2, most of the teams don't really want him. Number 1, LeBron James will not make the finals. Look, as much as I would like to explain my reasoning, and this is probably my boldest prediction thus far, this video wasn't really in order as well. But as far as my reasoning, I don't really have one. I will be the first one to admit that in a 7-game series, as of now, until I see the Celtics play with their chemistry on point, that the Cavs would still beat the Celtics in 6 games. But I don't know, it's just in my gut, and I just don't think the basketball gods will allow us, as the fans of the game, to see the same finals matchup 4 years in a row. And the same guy to come out of the conference for 8 straight years. It's just my gut feeling. So don't ask for my explanation. That's just me. And that's really the only explanation I have. But with that being said, leave your bold predictions in the comment section down below. And I'll like my favorite ones. But with that being said, I am out. I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.